you can see and hear me. Let me pull you up on my other phone. Make sure you can see and hear me. Not sure how everything is looking, simply because, let's see, the sun is like setting behind me, so it may have everything looking a little crazy. But let me pull up my other phone and see how this looks. Stop, dog. Let's see how this looks. All right, so you can see, you can hear me. Stop, dog. How this looks. All right, so you can see, you can hear me. All right, if anybody comes in, good, good, good. If not, oh well. And if you're watching the replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. If anybody comes in, good, good, good. If not, oh well. And if you're watching the replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. If anybody comes in, good, good, good. If not, hey, Miss Katie Mae. All right, so let me turn this one off so you won't hear the echo in the background. All right, so I have a new puppy, and the thing is driving me crazy. I'm gonna step away because I need to get some plants in the ground. So we had a little freeze a couple of nights ago, and with the freeze that we had, it wiped out my cucumbers that I had in the ground. Luckily, I kind of anticipated it. Let me make sure you can still hear me. That we had. Okay. So I kind of anticipated that this was going to happen. So if you remember the last stream that we did, we planted some cucumber seeds. So those are coming up really, really well. Really, really well. Make sure you guys can still hear me. Okay, cool. So those are coming up really well, but I found this really nice store today. It's a mom and pop farm store. And like I said, one of the good things about living in the middle of nowhere, you mostly just have mom and pop farm stores. You really don't have, you have to kind of travel to get to a Walmart or a Lowe's or a Home Depot or something like that, Tractor Supply. So I went to this mom and pop store today, and the plants were $3.50 per, and I can see you, Miss Katie Mae. I got my phone over here. The plants were $3.50 per plant, per tray. I'm sorry. So you get 6 to 12 plants for only $3.50. The other thing about this mom and pop store, because it is a mom and pop store, they do not apply taxes. You heard me correctly. They do not add taxes to what you are buying. They do not. Oh, and this is Noah, by the way, the new puppy, if you can see him. So they do not add taxes to what you are buying. So I got a lot of trays for myself, my dad, the house that we have in the city. My husband says he's doing a garden up there, but I know I'm going to be traveling back and forth. Hey, babe, if you're watching, he's probably not. He has to be back at work at 3 o'clock in the morning. But he wants me to get some plants for him as well for the house we have in city. Look, I just planted that. No. Noah, no. Oh my God. Oh, really? Yeah, before I even got him, I had already named him Noah before I even got him. I was like, if I get me a German Shepherd, my German Shepherd's name is gonna be Noah, and I just really, really like that name. I've always, dogs that I've named myself, look, you know what? Here, Noah. Here. How about this? So you don't want it unless it's in the ground, huh? But he all of my dogs have always had biblical names like Joshua, Jeremiah, Benjamin, Samuel, Solomon. All my dogs have always have had biblical names. All my male dogs. My female dogs, they had really proper names like Caitlin and things like that. So I never really named my female dogs biblical names, but I really liked male. I had more male animals than female simply because I don't want puppies. And I'm not against neutering and spaying, but I'm not 100% for it either. I feel like if it's not causing, if they're not having any behavioral problems and it's not needed, let them stay intact. I mean, but if it's needed and it will help with their behavior, then I believe in it. Then Noah. Hey, Kai, how you doing? Noah. Let's see. I see the black container. You are going to take the plant and you're going to plant. Okay, hold on. I see the black container. Are you going to take the plant out? And are you going to plant plants in the container? Yes, what I do is I save these containers, the black containers. Hold on, let me come up closer to you guys. Kai wants to see Noah. So what I do is I save these containers here and I use them to plant other plants in. Right now, I'm just doing everything in the ground as of right now, but I am going to have a lot of things in the whiskey barrel containers. That's weird. What is she barking at? Ginger, it's okay. It's okay, Ginger. Those are the chickens. Protect the chicks. Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, so here's Noah, if you can see him. Noah is, I don't know if Noah's gonna be able to stay. Noah's been just being a little terrorist today. He has been being a terrorist today. I actually went and got Noah some, don't let the cute face fool you. I actually went and got Noah some toys from Tractor Supply. And this dog has grabbed my dress, the skirt of my dress, my shoes, my shoestrings, my socks, everything except for the toys. Did you forget how? Yes, I completely forgot. Now, one thing about him is he's really good at when it comes to responding with the potty training. He has not had an accident inside, and that's mainly because I can time it really, really well. I can kind of tell when that butt starts to swell up a little bit. I'm like, yep, he's gonna have to poop. So I've been trying to hold on, let me look at it on this phone. I can see it better on this phone. Hey, Miss Valerie, how are you? Yeah, well, it comes with the litter mate thing. I thought that he was gonna be really loud, and you know how that like that first night they whine and everything, but he didn't do that last night. He was pretty chill. Ginger has not been to him outside of the outside the crate. What Ginger does is Ginger like jumps at him like she wants to play, like she runs and jumps at him, but she's 75 pounds and she's just too big to be playing with him, and she plays really rough. She doesn't realize how big she is, because even when she's playing with me and I'm on the ground with her, like she'll just drop down on me and I'm like, ugh. So she really needs to learn how to let's see, grab a X pen. Help me a ton. What's the X pen? I don't know what an X pen is, but I'll Google it. Miss Valerie says, great, thank you. You look like you are in a happy place. You know what, Miss Valerie? I really don't have a choice but to be in a happy place. I really don't have a choice. I hope you guys can still hear me. Let's make sure. God is good. If you go by situation and circumstances, sometimes you want to get sad and you want to get in the muddy grubs, as one of my church members says. You want to get in the muddy grubs, you want to complain, you want to do all these different things. But when you start focusing on the good and you start realizing like it could be worse, and you just keep moving, You just keep moving. So I don't really have a choice but to be in a happy place. If I stopped for a minute and really thought about everything and really just thought about and focused on everything that's going on, man, I'd probably be in a nut house right about now, honestly. But I just focus on the good. I focus on the good. I give God his blessings, and I realize everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Man, I had something happen the other day that it almost broke me. It really did. It almost broke me. But I have to keep moving and really know, really, really, really. So you're not gonna get up. You're not gonna get up. Can y'all see him? You're just gonna lay there. Hmm? This dog is a trip. Let me get my other phone so I can see you guys' chat. Sorry, I left it over here. All right, let's see. Kai. I see Kai's commenting. Let's see. Let our gate play along with the pups until they were about 50 pounds. Yeah, but they did. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. And he's not gonna get really, really big. He is Kai has it right. He's they said I have to say the whole name. He is a tri-colored exotic American. No, hold on. He is a registered tri-color exotic American bully. Don't know why it's so important that I say the whole thing, but supposedly I'm supposed to say the whole thing. To me, he's a dog. To me, he's a dog. But my brother actually breeds him. And ah oh um okay, that's what it is. Because I didn't understand. I'm supposed to say the whole tricolor thing too. Tricolor and exotic. I'm actually supposed to say that. I still myself don't know what it means. I assume tricolor means that they have three different colors, which he's white. He actually has four colors. He's white, mostly black. His socks are brindle, brown and black brindle. He's white and he has blue on him. So boom. I don't know what all of that means. It's a dog. But I actually started my little brother breeds them, and he's very strategic about how he breeds them because three colors exotic means they breed to another breed, short and stocky back. See, dog. But yeah, my brother breeds them, and he's very strategic about how and when he breeds them because um they have to have C-sections, and the C-sections is like I think like $800 for the C-section. So yes, Miss Valerie, expensive. Even though I'm his sister, I still pay four figures for the dog. Just gonna leave it like that. Because number one, I wouldn't have wanted to, because he put so much love and care into his animals. Um, he doesn't sell to anybody. He does not sell to anybody. Um, what he does is um he has to like research and know the person, make sure they're not going to fight the dog, make sure they're not going to mistreat the dogs, and he will not sell a bully to anyone who doesn't already have experience with the dog. He's very, very strategic. And like I said, I did get a sister discount, but it was still four figures. So and I did I started paying for my dog like last year, um when he was supposed to have a dog that was pregnant, but we don't know if she miscarried or if it was like a false pregnancy or what it was, but she never had any puppies. So it was another dog that he wanted, and I told him, I said, how about I go ahead and give you X amount of dollars right now to go towards you getting this bully that you really want, and you just put it towards my puppy. And he was like, okay, cool, 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 cool. So yeah, so I was supposed to have this dog like over a year ago, but he told me that he could have sold the dog anywhere between 5 to 8,000 if he would have gone to Atlanta, and maybe around 2 to 4,000 if he stayed in the smaller towns. But he wanted to make sure that I got my dog, and he hasn't found anyone that is worth having a dog. So he said he'd rather sell it for less money to me, his sister, and he knows that the dog is going to be well taken care of, than to yeah, he has some XL bullies too. I know the XL bullies are the taller ones. Um, he said they'd rather sell it to me and miss making all that money and know that the dog is going to be taken care of. And he won't stud his dogs out to just anyone. When he does stud his dogs out, he doesn't do it for money. Like he's like, if you want to give me a donation, give me a donation, but I'm not going to charge you to stud my dog out, because my dogs to me aren't money. Now he needs a bowl. I was thinking the same thing. I actually need to order 3 bowls. I need to order a water bowl for Ginger, and I need to order a food and a water bowl for Noah. So yes, I will be doing an order soon, probably tonight, Kai. I'll get with you. I'll get with you. Um, toys and treats from Auntie Bully Toys. Yes, yes, yeah, they are. My brother was showing me some. That hat just won't stay on, so I'm not gonna put it on again. My brother was showing me some that people have paid like $35,000 for a bully dog, and I'm like, I'm in the wrong business. But yeah, if he knows, if someone seems like they're just in it for the money and not for the love of the dog, he won't even stud his dog out. He wants to he wants to keep his bloodline pure, number one, and make sure that, his name isn't tied to the wrong type of people. Like one guy wanted to stud his dog out. That is cutthroat. Yes, he found that, because my brother he's a really soft-hearted type person, and he's just really easygoing. He's trusting, somewhat like me, but if you believe it or not, I'm kind of hardcore when it comes to how my brother. He's really trusting, and he has a really good heart. This is my baby brother. He has a really good heart, and he's one of those people that will literally, if he has $1, he's gonna give you that dollar. He's not gonna give you 50 cents. He's gonna give you that dollar. If that's his last dollar, he's gonna give it to you. But this guy wanted to stud out one of his dogs, and he was like, okay, I gotta come see your setup, I gotta come see. So he went. The guy kept giving him all kind of excuses to why he wouldn't let him see his setup. So my brother's like, I don't do business like that. If you want my dog seed, I gotta make sure it's going to a good place. So the guy finally was like, okay, come. So my brother went to the guy's house, and he was like, nope, not gonna do it. The guy did not have the dogs in like nice pens. There was poop and everything. He had goats, he had alligators. He had did a thing on Facebook saying he was attacked by a raccoon or something, but he actually has pet raccoons. And he was like, it was just feces everywhere. And so he told him, he was like, no, I'm not going to steal my dog out. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Can't do that. So let's see what's going on. Yep, yep. He told him no. So I am going to start. Let's see. You see me? I am going to start um doing more lives with things that I'm doing in the yard, in the garden, because I want people to know and see that it is a little bit easier than you think it is. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because as you can see, if you can see this is not perfect at all. It's all kind of weeds growing up in it. It's not level like it should be, but I'm going to make it work. I'm going to make it work. Everyone tells me to find. Hold on. Let me look at this. I know Kai just commented something. Is my stream still working? Yeah, okay. I just saw Kai comment something, but it's not showing up. Maybe it'll show up in a minute. I think this phone right here is connected to Wi-Fi only. So maybe it dropped. Okay. I'm gonna see what Kai put in just a minute. Yeah. Yeah, things grow better when it's not perfect. But what did Kai say? Darn it. How can I see it on this phone? Y'all excuse my hair. Okay, top chat, live chat. Okay, live chat. All right, let's see. I cannot see it. But yeah, I want to show you guys that it doesn't have to be perfect. And it's actually easier than a lot of people think it is, especially when you start off with the plants. When you go with the seeds, it's kind of hit or miss, and timing, it's all about timing. Because like I said, I put my cucumbers out too early, and about 2 days after I put them out, everything out, the temperature dropped to the high 20s. So cucumbers cannot take a freeze like that, so all my cucumbers were just wiped out. So I'm just replanting my cucumbers. I think my tomatoes will come back. If I would have planted them earlier, then the top would have died, but the leaves would eventually came back because the roots in the bottom would have still been okay, but it just knocked out all the plants. So these are my pickling cucumbers. Um, I do a lot of canning when it comes to cucumbers. I do a lot of pickles. And if you have not had fresh cucumbers canned, oh, the crunch. Oh my God. The crunch is amazing. The crunch is amazing. But what I was saying was, my brother, he has a full-time job, but he makes majority of his money doing kind of what Kai does. He does t-shirts, business cards, um he's a photographer. He does a lot of weddings, graduations, but his bread and butter is weddings. Like, I was into photography with him. We both have really nice cameras. I really need to start using my camera more when I do the streaming and everything, but I haven't figured out how to work it with my MacBook. But I told him I can't deal with people. I would do nature photography any day. I can't deal with people. I did a wedding with him, and we always tell people, okay, it's going to take about 2 to 3, it's going to take about a week or two for you to get your photos, because what we want to do, we want to go through them, because we take, on my camera along at this particular wedding, I had 15 photos on my camera. I mean, 1,500 photos on my camera alone. Then my brother, I don't know how many he had on, because he had 2 cameras going. So we're like, we have to go through all the photos. We have to edit the photos. But what we do is both of our cameras have Wi-Fi on them. They're built in their Canon. I have a Canon 80D. He has a Canon 80D and a Canon R something something. So with those cameras there, they have the Wi-Fi in them. So what we can do is, when we take a photo, we see one we like, we'll go ahead and send it to them so they can post, on their Facebook page. But your official photos are going to be about a week or two to get those photos, because we want to edit them. We want to put some nice things on them, put some touches on them. Somebody's eyes may be red. We got to take the red out. We got to do all that. So when you sign your contract, it's going to be a week or two before you get your photos. You will get some to show, but your packet will be in a week or two. People contact every single day for photos. Every single day. And I was like, I don't like people like that. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't deal with people. I love people, but I don't love dealing with people, if that makes sense. So yes, I got my cucumbers in the ground here. I got 2 left over. I'm just gonna throw them some random places. Let's see. I'll throw one right here on this side. And I don't claim to have obsessive compulsive disorder, but I am a little, you know, I have to have even numbers of everything. Everything has to be. I don't think that's obsessive compulsive. That's just liking things a certain way. So let me go put another one over here. Yeah. But I may come back later. I know B-Rad asked yesterday when I was gonna do another stream with just music. And I'll probably do that later on today. I need to contact Lyric because Lyric has some really good music. She always comes and gives the best music. We have I don't know. I know the porch session is going live tonight, and I don't like to go live when other people are going live. So let's see here. I think everyone's pretty much left. Let's see. Let's look at the chats. I love, but not. Yes, same way. Never mind. Make them. Mine never make them passable. Cucumbers. Oh, my husband eats that, Kai. He does cucumbers, tomatoes, bell peppers, and onions with lemon pepper and apple cider vinegar. Everyone tells me to find a great man female for my blue Great Dane. I'd end up with all the pups because I'm pick. Yes, yes. My brother's the same way, Kai. Same as that way. Same as that way. Yes, my husband's like you. I can't eat cucumbers like that. Um, Cucumbers just don't do me well. But yeah, he does cucumbers, tomatoes, onions, bell peppers, sprinkle a little bit of lemon pepper on there and some apple cider vinegar. He'll eat that every single day. I used to make that for his lunch, his snacks every single day, like a big thing of it. Um, when I saw my husband this weekend, I told him I was like, I'm coming back to Macon, and he was like, all that money I'm putting down here, you want a homestead? You better get this homestead ready. And I was like, because you're losing weight, and I felt bad. And he was saying, oh, vine tomatoes. Oh God, vine tomatoes. That's the only way I would eat tomatoes. I don't like tomatoes unless they're vine tomatoes. And I was like, I feel bad because you're losing weight. And he was just telling me that he's been eating a lot healthier because he's been doing smaller meals since I'm not there to make his lunches and everything for him. Like my husband cooks better than me, but he's like he's been doing a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables, just like walking around eating carrots instead of me making like a whole bit lunch for him. He'll do like something small, but my husband looks good, y'all. He looked good anyway, but them arms like bleh, bleh, bleh. Yeah, he stepped out of the truck Sunday, and I was just like, hey Shawty, what your name is? LA, hey boo. That's funny. Hey boo. I love when he says that. But yeah, I was looking at my husband like, oh, Shawty, what your name is, Shawty? I had to get ghetto for a minute. But yeah, and I'm happy for him too because his blood, I'm always asking, what was your blood pressure today? Did you check your sugar? Did you and with him eating like that. But that's one of the hardest things I would say is me being here and him being up there. But honestly, like we have gotten closer with us being apart. Oh, Noah is right here asleep. Can y'all see him? Noah's right here asleep. But yeah, that we it's like we've gotten so much closer since we've been apart. And I know that just seems crazy, but we actually have. And man, Sunday when he came down, I was so happy. I was so happy. Thank you, Georgia. Hey, Georgia. Hey, boo. Hey, boo. Yeah, I want that to. I, I want that to. I want that to happen. Georgia, Kai, y'all know what I'm talking about, but I want that to happen. That'd be nice if that can happen. Really would be, cause I think they're both two good people, and I hope that happens. Not gonna really put too much out there, but I hope that happens. I hope that happens, Georgia. But yeah, I think I'm about to get up out of here. I got my chicken, some of my chickens outside. Yeah, Kai. Yeah. I got some of my chickens outside, and I'm about to go chase them to put them back in their containers. And I really don't want y'all to see me chasing these chickens. I'm gonna be like Rocky. Y'all remember that scene? And Ginger's over there inside her little thing with an attitude because I done bought this new dog and I didn't discuss it with her and I won't let her play with the new dog. So she got a little attitude. Like I told her today, she was barking at my dad. I was like, Ginger, stop barking. And she gave me this look. She turned around. She was like, she did like a double take at me. And I'm like, oh no, she trying me. Ginger's not happy, but she just wants to play with him. I can tell by the way she is because she'll like jump at the cage and she'll run off and she'll run back and jump at the cage, run off, run back. But she doesn't realize her size and she can really hurt or kill him because he's so small and Ginger's so big. Um, I hope they really do be really good friends. Ginger is transitioning to a summertime outside dog because I do need her to protect the chicks at night. And Ginger needs a job. She needs a job. I realize that a lot of yeah, yeah. Um Kai's right. Kai's had some really good tips. Um Kai's worked in the pet industry before. So she has a lot of insight and it was one point in time that I was gonna give Ginger up. Ginger had snapped on me. Yes, Ginger snapped on me. And oh yeah, if you hold on, let me get them. So these are two. If you see this lovely, lovely cup, this comes from Kai's Custom Designs. This link is in the description box below. And this is another one that I got from her. And this one is my water cup. Now, let me tell y'all, I don't know what Kai does with these water cups, but I drink so much more water since I started drinking out. And I'm not just saying this. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I just feel cooler drinking them. If the water, I don't know what it is, but I get more water. I drink more water now that I have these cups. I really do. And I can't put my finger on why that is because I drunk a lot of water anyway. But I would go around the house and I would find like half drank, drank or drunken, half drunken, half drank. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Had water bottles that I started drinking, but I didn't finish, and it was half of them left. But half bottles just left over. But with this, I get all my waters in, nothing's left over. I don't know what it is, and that could be what it is that it keeps it cooler in these cups here. So definitely the link should be to her channel, should be in my description box. I did tag her, so it should be in the description box. These are my two. No, my B cup is my I don't know. I don't have a favorite. I don't know. It's hard to see which one. Yes, the white one was a total surprise. I had no idea. And she did these logos as well. Like I said, you should see the link to her channel in the description box. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Ginger needs a job. And Kai's really helped me out with Ginger. So pretty white one makes me, yeah, the white one was a complete surprise. I did not even know. This code doesn't, yeah, okay, that's probably it right there. My aunt and uncle had German Shepherd to protect the farm, the store. Yeah, that's what they're really for. They have that herding mentality. And when it comes to, when I'm walking, if I go walking in the mornings with my dad and my stepmom, I like walk up to their property where they are, and we'll walk to the end of the dirt road that we live on, and it's about a mile and a half, 2 miles down, and then another mile, well, a mile to a mile and a half down, a mile and to a mile and a half back. So I get about 3 miles in doing that. And when we're all walking together, Ginger wants to come and like hurt us. Like she has this natural herding instinct where she has to see everybody and she puts us in a certain line every time. She'll get in between us, she'll move us over. she'll just, so I can see that coming out of her. And she does seem to be a lot happier when she's outside. It's like when she's inside, it's like she gets bored. She starts pacing. I notice she paces a lot inside. Yep, yep. And she had a situation to where one of my dads, he has eight dogs and he uses them for livestock stock dogs. And one of them ended up getting a loose. Um, the dog was not threatening towards Ginger. The dog came with no malice. He was just checking Ginger out. But Ginger, being a reactive dog, she reacted and then he reacted. So she has a spot in her head that's healing. And it really set her back because she's never been socialized. So she does not know how to express herself. And that's another thing about having her around Noah. She doesn't know. You want you? Yep, she's German Shepherd dog and a female. Yep, she paces when she's on the inside, but she got. I don't want to say attacked by this dog because the dog didn't come to attack her. The dog just reacted to the way Ginger reacted, and Ginger got beat up by the dog. And I feel like Ginger could have been able to handle herself more with this dog, but I was pulling her back. So I got bitten a few times and my leg was damaged, injured a little bit because she bit me a couple times because she spun around and bit me a couple times. But I know it just wasn't, it was more fear than anything. But what she did when she saw this dog come, Ginger literally jumped in front of me and like pushed me out of the way to protect me from this dog. But the dog didn't mean anything. I know the dog. Yep, it was a fear reaction. So the dog came up to her and was sniffing her and basically invaded her space, and she hurried up and reacted, and then that caused that dog to react. So I believe both of them were just equally scared of each other, just trying to get a feel for each other. But it was something. I was just glad that my dad was there because you know that pit bulls will actually fight to the death. And I was just trying to pull her back because I just kept thinking like, if I let Ginger, because my mind is like, do I let Ginger go so she can fight back, but she's not able to fight back because I'm pulling her. But if I let her go, will she fall and he gets her neck? Vice versa, she falls on him, she gets his neck and she kills him, and then I don't know what to do. But my dad has secured him a lot better now. But the little swivel had come loose. That's what it was. The other dog was a male. Yep, he came up. If it would have been one of my dad's females, then yeah, it probably would have been back. But if it was a stranger, just okay. So with another dog, don't let her go. But a stranger, a human, let her go. Yeah. And my mind was just going like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Because I'm actually giving this other dog the advantage over her because I'm trying to pull her away. But I really didn't know what to do in the situation. But now I'm looking like, I told my dad I was gonna sue him. I was like, I'm suing y'all. I want 150,000, but I still a lot of cut right now for $50. That I used to love the movie Friday. I used to love the movie Friday. My neck, my back, my neck and my back. So he was like, go ahead and sue, go ahead and sue. I'm like, I'm suing y'all. But I can play around my dad like that. Hopefully my dad will go live with me. I'm going to go live Sunday. He's preaching Sunday. I was planning on going to Macon to my church, but my dad is preaching Sunday and he really wants me to go. And he's been inviting me to go like every Sunday. But I'm so faithful to my church. But I'm like, okay, I'll go, and because it's like a family and friends day or whatever. So I'm gonna live stream my dad preaching, so you guys will finally get to see my dad. Don't let him scare you guys. He's just a 6'4" big military guy who's very loud. And it's so funny that everyone's like terrified of my dad. Everyone's terrified of my dad. So you'll finally get to see him Sunday. Um, I want him to come on Uncle Tom's panel. I actually want him to come into like the Toxic Avengers panels too, because he comes with a different perspective, but the same kind of sort of. We were talking the other day, and I always talk to him about Uncle Tom because with them both being injured veterans, he understands a lot more. than I do. And he's helped me out a lot to understand some of the men on the panel because of the things that they've gone through, and why they are the way that they are. And he was like, now you understand why I'm the way that I am. And I'm like, they remind me so much of you. And he was like, we've pretty much been through the same thing, just different. He's had his injuries, but he was just saying what Uncle Tom has been through. I'm not gonna say too much because it's not my place. And they've shared it on their channel. If you don't know, you don't know. And he was like, what Uncle Tom has been through, it's just a miracle that he's still here. And the Uncle Tom's mind is like protecting him because he doesn't remember everything. And he say it's like the same thing with his injuries. He doesn't remember everything, and things that happen to where people will tell him, you did this or this happened, or you did that. And he's like, in my mind, okay, it's not that bad. But his wife is like, no, it's bad. This is what happens when you have these episodes. So he's like, it's kind of like your body is kind of protecting you, or your mind is protecting you of the trauma that you actually went through. It happened, but you can't like remember every single part of it. And he was like, I honestly believe if we could, we would be one of those people who off themselves, because a lot of people who off themselves is because they can't deal with that trauma. So he said it's kind of like a good thing that you don't remember everything that happened, but how hard it is on a spouse. He said one of the hardest working spouses out there is a spouse of an injured vet. And he said because spouses of injured vets, they have to watch their spouse go through things, not only physically, but the mental toll of it. Um, just telling things about he doesn't remember waking up, doing certain things in his sleep. And his wife would tell him, and his wife was like, there's some things that he does, I don't even tell him that he do them. And he was like, he commends every wife of an injured vet, because that's one of the hardest jobs that have, because you're always watching, you're always. And then he said one thing about injured vets. He was like, we don't listen. We know we're not supposed to be on a motorcycle. We know we're not supposed to be jumping off, going bungee jumping. We know we're not supposed to be jumping off the roof of the house, but we do it. And then our wives are stressed out. Like, dude, why are you doing that? You're not supposed to do that. But he's like, but we do, but we feel like we can do it. We think we're invincible in a way as our spouses. So he's become a lot more considerate of what his spouse goes through, and he doesn't, you know, he's not as big of a risk taker as he should be, and he's finally started to try to rest and do other things. But I commend y'all. I commend y'all. I look at my dad now and how he and his wife, they're like best friends, and they laugh together all the time. Yeah. Yeah, Kyle. That's why I can't wait, because I know it's gonna happen. I can't wait for him, Uncle Tom, Black Thoughts, LA. I can't wait for them to get to talk, because I would love to just just see that, man. I would love to see it. But I see, and I know like Black Thoughts, Uncle Tom, they're all my age, but I see my dad in them. And now, um, yes, my husband, I thought my husband was military. I did. I thought he was military, but he's not. He reminds me so much of my dad, and it's weird because he's 20 years older than me. And people say things like, you married the man that's like your dad or something like that. And it's just very, very weird, because him and my dad are pretty much the same age. But anyway, we're not gonna get into that again. It gets weird when you think about it too much. You kind of like, kind of weird. But I wouldn't want to be with anyone else though. But he people can have trauma, and people can have things that they deal with in the way they deal with them, but not be in the military. So some trauma is just, civilian trauma. Um, and I think when you have men like my dad, like Uncle Tom, like Black Thoughts, that are traditional men that, take care of the family, work. nowadays men, they don't want to work. They don't want to work. Everyone wants to sit. Yeah, mine is 13 years younger than me. Yeah, when you start thinking about it, you're like, especially I'm like, we went through, you know, yeah, it's I know some of Kai's story. Kai knows some of mine, but the half hasn't even been told yet. The half hasn't even been told, man. That's why I love that song, God Bless the Broken Road. Because everything that I went through, it led me to my husband. Every trauma, every heartbreak, everything, every single thing led me to him. And he's, besides Jesus, he is the best thing that's ever happened to me. Jesus, my church, my husband, they are the best things that's ever, ever, ever happened to me. And I wouldn't trade him for the world. I mean, people make jokes or whatever, but I would not trade him for the world. That's why I'm so guarded when it comes, and I'm so overprotective when it comes to him. And I know that I shouldn't be. I try to be overprotective, but not be obvious with it. I'm learning to kind of just sit back and let things play out, and to know my role. To know my role. Yeah, Kai, you get it. Because, and I'm also learning that not everything needs to be said. You know, you pray about certain things, you suggest things, but sometimes it's best to just sit back, let that man be a man, let that man be a man. And if he needs to, I used to be the type of person, are you okay? Are you okay? Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. No, if he needs to talk, if he wants to talk, you know that I'm available. Just make sure that I'm available for him when he does need to talk, when he does need that outlook. Make sure that I'm available for him, but I don't have to keep hounding him by saying, "Are you okay? Talk to me." Blah blah. That is so annoying. And then my voice can get kind of whiny too. So that can get kind of annoying. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I can see that though. I can see that. Look, I need to find that news clip. I need to find that news clip. But yeah, speaking of football, Kai, it's another one I want to talk to you about. It's actually basketball. My brother's birthday is coming up, and he's a big Kobe fan. So I'll get with you though. I'll get with you. I'll get with you. I have to wait. Um, well, I can use my other account. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking out loud. My bank account, I got hacked. Well, I got scammed basically. I got scammed. So I'm waiting on another debit card to come. Um, Waiting on another debit card to come. So my debit card was linked to my Cash App, but I do have another account that I can link to it temporarily and then go ahead and do it. But yeah, I got scammed. And good thing is I have a credit union. I have like the military, Robbins Federal Credit Union. I have that. And one thing they do is if it's something weird, they will cut your card off. They will cut your card off and they'll send you an email and they will call you. And so I didn't see the email, and I went to the store and I tried to use my card and it was declined. And I'm like, hold on a minute now, what's going on? And when I called my bank to see why it was declined, they said that I needed to confirm some transactions because it was like unusual activity on my account. And I'm like, nope, nope, nope. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. But that's a good thing that they didn't take much, and then my bank actually reversed the charges or whatever. So that's one of the good things about having a credit union. That's why I tell people, get to a real bank. Don't, because a lot of people use like Cash App as an actual bank because there's a routing and account number, so they get their paychecks put into like Cash App. All right, can y'all see me, hear me? I had a phone call coming in. Yep, yep. Navy Federal is amazing. Navy Federal is amazing. I have Robbins Federal credit union, and my husband has like 4 different accounts, 4 different banks. Uh, but let me get up here and get these chickens put in. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to chase them down, but let me get my chickens put up, and I know I will see you guys. Yeah, let me find out you doing some shady stuff. Let me find out. He's like, you never want to have all your money in one place, and he explained, especially with the what's going on now with the banks. Um, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. It's about to get dark. So let me go ahead and chase. I don't want to go in here and do this, but I got to. Let me go ahead and get these chickens put up, and I will probably see you guys later on the porch. I think tonight is what on the porch with the blacks. So yeah. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in here with me, hanging in here with me. And I love you, and I will see you guys on the porch later on. Bye-bye.